What's going on? You're watching Under the Wire, the show that brings you updates from all around the globe about all things Spartan. I'm Mitchell Renz from Chat Sports. Let's get started. Big weekend in Jacksonville, Florida about a week ago, and shout out to Fetty Wap. Competitors try to get a head start in collecting their first few races for trifecta qualifications. Through rain, shine, mud, uphill both ways, this weekend marked the first of 5 in the U.S. National Series. So I want to know from everybody watching, when will be your first Spartan race this year? Comment below on the video, and if you think you can beat me, hit me up on IG or Twitter at MitchellRenz365. Jacksonville kicked off the first ever Spartan Pro Team Media Day, where some of the biggest names in obstacle course racing stopped by for headshots, interviews, and to get their pro team jerseys for the season. Let's take a look.
What's up, guys? It's Ryan Kent from the Spartan Pro Team.
It's Lindsay Webster here. Hi, everyone. I'm Rhea Kogel. Nicole Miracle here.
Alyssa Hawley here out at Spartan Pro Media Day.
Ryan Woods here. It's Robert Killian here.
Hey guys, Ryan Atkins here, and we're in Jacksonville, Florida.
Pro tip, you better get to know those Spartans' names and faces. The hype and excitement for the upcoming year was almost tangible. With over 200 athletes signed worldwide to the Spartan Pro Team, Spartan is positioning themselves and obstacle course racing in general one step closer in the attempt for Olympic sport consideration. U.S. National Series Stop 1, Jacksonville, with qualifications toward the North American Championship in West Virginia, and of course, the Spartan World Championship in Tahoe. Both the women's and men's fields were absolutely stacked. 2018 U.S. National Champs Ryan Woods and Lindsay Webster looked to defend their title, while red-hot Nicole Miracle and Ultra Champ Ryan Atkins tried to stop them. It was the battle of the Ryans in Saturday's Super as Woods, Atkins, Kent, and Kempson held the top 4 positions throughout the race. Despite the sand-turned mud that covered the course, both sides kept solid paces in the relatively flat terrain of northern Florida. But it was dark horse Ryan Kempson who came out on top, easily his biggest win to date. Atkins and Woods battled it out right up to the finish over the A-frame with a sprint to the end, grabbing 2nd and 3rd place. There was a bit of controversy on that though, we'll get to that shortly. Nicole Miracle beat out 2nd place Lindsay Webster by a whole 6.5 minutes, though it was the fight for 3rd that had a photo finish, as Rose Wetzel outsprinted breakout star Rebecca Hammond to claim her spot on the podium. An emotional win for Wetzel, representing our mother racers and coming back from postpartum depression. Wow! As mentioned, it was a fight for 2nd on the men's side, with Woods beating out Atkins by a whisker. But after review, it was revealed that Woods had illegally completed the A-frame cargo just before the fire jump, giving him the advantage he needed to pass Atkins. The review resulted in an automatic disqualification of Woods, killing any chance he had at reclaiming his title as U.S. National Champ. Hunter Russell was also DQ'd for the same offense, but I'm here to talk about Woodsy's DQ because it led to absolute outrage on social media from fans and athletes. Now, after some consideration, VP of Product David Watson and VP of Production Mike Morris, along with some other Spartan executives, met to discuss the situation in full, and that resulted in a change of heart.
Hey everybody, David Watson here at Spartan HQ. I'm with Mike Morris from the competition committee who's been meeting all week so far about the drama of the weekend. All right, so everybody's hanging out.
Yeah, so A-frame cargo.
So A-frame cargo, everybody's hanging out. What is the decision that the competition committee has come to, Mike?
Yeah, so I mean, technically we could, although everyone technically failed the obstacle by touching the truss.
By going over the top.
Over the top, yep, by the rules, by definition. I think we've acknowledged that Hunter and Ryan, created an advantage by performing the way they did. So, but we still want to be fair and do what's right for the sport, do what's right for these athletes. And in some context, does the punishment fit the crime, especially to the extent that everyone potentially could have failed the obstacle by definition. So, drum roll, please. We decided to remove the DQs for both Hunter and Ryan, and instead instate a 5-minute penalty.
So let me be very clear about what that means. For Ryan Woods, he will move from the DQ, he will be reinstated to 12th position. That's 12th position. Hunter Russell will be reinstated and move into 32nd position. You're going to see a lot more discussion coming out on rules and rulings. It's going to be, it's going to be an exciting season. So, looking forward to the next big one, Alabama, Mike. So give tips and predictions as the weeks go on.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
AROO. I think one thing to end with. What do you guys call a Spartan rule?
Here we go.
A rule. See you guys.
A rule number one, leave the jokes to me, guys. Woods has since made a statement that he appreciates the understanding and actions of Spartan, and now that his focus is set toward Alabama. So I want to know from everybody watching, do you agree with the decision? I want you to type Y for yes or type N for no. If you want to know what I think, hit me up on IG or Twitter at MitchellRenz365. Of the 4 Ryans in Spartan, Kempson is easily the least decorated. In fact, Spartan Race Instagram account threw some shade the night before, shining light on just Atkins, Woods, and Kent, saying the Ryans are here, not even mentioning Kempson, which fueled him throughout his Saturday performance. Never a distance runner before, turning to Spartan, and just 3 years after hip surgery, Kempson is making a point of building his name in 2019.
Ryan Kempson is a man to keep an eye on. Last year, we saw a huge jump. You're going to see another big jump in him over the course of this year. He's so efficient when he runs. It's incredible.
Ryan Kempson in the Spartan Pro team in 2019. Live and train in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, right on the ocean. Spartan racing came to me back in 2012, 2013. My brother and I, we started doing it as fun together. As the sport grew, we grew with it and took it more seriously, more competitive, to a point where we're trying to contend with the top guys. It's tough to contend with some of these guys that are, they're tough as nails. I've never had any interest in just doing this for a top 10, top 20, to have fun. I do it because I like to compete, and I believe deep down that I can beat every single one of them.
Ryan Kempson, your men's 2019 U.S. National Series Race 1 champion from here in Jacksonville.
I think in the men's side of the field, it's very hard for someone to come in and have a breakout year.
Ryan Kempson has made a statement, I am here to stay.
I think that's going to be you.
It will be me.
Next weekend is stop 2 of the U.S. National Series in Alabama. Things I'm keeping my eyes on. Will Ryan Kempson be able to keep up the lead he set for himself in Jacksonville? Will Nicole Miracle smoke the rest of the women's field again? We'll be back that following Wednesday with a weekend recap. Now, we're not here to just talk about the United States because Spartan is global. So, ready to head across the Atlantic? Oui, oui. The France National Series kicked off way back in January in the French countryside of Valmorel, an environment that may have looked like a winter wonderland, but certainly wasn't a walk in the park for our Spartans. Jermaine Gauger made it look easy out there and took home the win, as well as an early lead in the series. Jezebel Kramer came out on top of the women's competition. The next race in this series, though, is not until May. Whew! Let's go somewhere a little bit warmer, shall we? How about the desert? Or Malia, to be exact. Fun fact, on Valentine's Day weekend, while I was alone, Spartan hosted the first ever hurricane heat in the Middle East, but it was the largest in Spartan history with over 400 total participants. Some may say it was crazy. Nah, this was just Spartan. While the hurricane heat was going on, qualified elite and age group racers from all over battled it out on an incredible and picturesque course. Just saying, I would have taken a selfie. South African athletes had their first taste of Spartan Championship this season. Top athletes from Russia and the Czech Republic traded the ice and snow for the sand and dry desert, and local Middle East athletes fought to bring the championship title home. Mohamed Mir of the United Arab Emirates took home the title for the men, while Myriam Guillaume of France did the same for the women. Alright, let's go down under. The first of 3 races in the Australian National Series took place this past weekend, which was a quick sprint in Melbourne. Roughly 3,000 racers showed up for this venue's first race, and it was Quinton Gill who snagged first place for the men, while Monica Holmwood for the women. It was the first race at this particular venue: elites, age groups, open heats, and don't forget the kids. Remember, very important lesson, always floss. All alike pushed through the serious Australian heat and pulled off an overall successful first weekend down under. This upcoming weekend, we've got both Mexican and Spain National Series events. Be sure to stay tuned to the Spartan Race Instagram page for updates from around the world. And we'll see you after the next U.S. National Series race in Alabama. Will Ryan Kempson continue as a force to be reckoned with? Will Nicole Merrick will smoke the rest of the women's field once again? Stick to Spartan on IG and Facebook to keep up on all the action. Until then, I'm Mitchell Renz from Chat Sports, and this has been Under the Wire.